All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to WoW number 42. Woohoo! We have come a long way. And my name's Tracee, and my cohort here is Dr. Gloria. Is there anybody new to WoW? Brand new? Raise your little digital hand so we can officially welcome you. Going once. Anybody new? Sandra. It's on the lower left corner of your.
There we go. Hi.
Oh, hello.
I don't think I've been to this call before. Good to see you, Tracee.
Thank you, Sandra. Welcome to WoW, Waves of Wellness. We're happy to have you here. Is there anybody else that's brand new? No. Yes.
I
Okay.
feel brand new.
You feel brand new? Woohoo! We're all going to be feeling brand new. That's the goal, right? I love it. Awesome. Well, the goal.
Wait, isn't there a song like that? I feel brand new. Isn't there a song, Steph?
I'm going to have to find it and then we can play it on Godspark Nation if there is, because that's where we're headed.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, thank you, Steph. Awesome. So the goal here with this show is to help you develop healthy habits. And there's two reasons here. One is because it supports the work that the QT wave does. And Darlene has documented that with her testing. It also is going to help you moving forward past your do-over, right? Because there's a great quote that Dr. Gloria always wants me to say that is, before you heal someone, make sure that they're willing to give up what made them sick in the first place. And another really big distinction is so many people that you probably know, they live too short and they die too long, meaning they are vibrant, energy, and feel good until they get to about 50. And then all of a sudden things they start going downhill. And they start popping pills for symptoms, which have side effects, and then they need more pills for those side effects. And our goal here is to help you live with energy and vitality for decades to come. So having more life in your years. And we've seen it happen over and over. We have hundreds of testimonials on YouTube that shows that this QT wave is doing a wonderful job. But the healthy habits are like the icing on the cake and are going to carry you into the decades. So who here, and I'm not going to call on names because I know there's many of you who can answer this question, just maybe two or three. If you could raise your hand and share with Sandra and other newcomers how adopting these healthy habits has helped your life. Kat.
There we go. Okay. Here's the thing. I had leaky gut for many, many years because I made a habit in my landscape business for 30 years of taking like 4 12-hour leave a day just to get me through the day. That's probably not a good idea. Let me share that with you because you tear the insides of your system up. And I've noticed I have 2 units. I've had them since the let's see, October of last year. And I tell you what, I'm starting to be able to eat more regular food. But guess what? I'm choosing not to, because whenever I start sneaking that stuff in that I shouldn't have, I don't feel good. So I'm making a choice right now to stay with eating organic and stay with not without the pastas and the potatoes and all that stuff. I'm on a non-lectin diet, and I will not be eating the tacos and the pizza and all the deep fried, and never again. I'm making a choice to stay eating a very limited, healthy diet, but it's delicious because I can create what I need to. So
Exactly.
It is a big difference. Yeah, I'm choosing to make myself stay eating really, really good. So
That's great,
because
Kat.
I'm worth it.
Yeah. And I like that you said that you're choosing, because when I was health coaching, there was women who would be like, they had to follow my program. Like they had that attitude, which is more compliance. They're just following the rules that I laid out before them. But what you just said was a commitment. There's a difference between compliance and commitment. Like, I do not eat sugar. I am committed to that. And I can sit at a table, my mother-in-law will make a cake, and I'm the only one who doesn't have any because I know how I'm going to feel the next morning.
Yeah.
So that's another goal that we have here, is to take you from compliance, where you're just following somebody else's rules, to commitment. Like, I am just not going to go there. So
Right.
bravo.
Well, because you have to realize that you're worth what that crap is that you're putting in your body, or the good stuff you're putting in your body. You're worth either one of them, whatever you choose. So I'm
Well,
a
Kat,
big believer.
I hope that what Tracee and I do here, my prayer is that not only what you just said, which is so valid, but that we have planted the seeds of what you should look for in your body. For instance, Tracee
Yes.
has said many times, if she gets gluten, her knuckles get all swollen. If I get gluten, or if I get nightshades, I feel like I have my fibromyalgia all back again. And I almost
my
died from
joint.
leaky gut. I
If
mean,
I
my
have
leaky gut was that bad.
Tomatoes
Yeah.
or those nightshades, it just makes my knees just go crazy. Barb and Lowell are not happy then.
Right. But see, some
Here's the
people
fun-
can eat them and it doesn't bother them. So we need to, the main thing is, remember the saying, just like I always ask Tracee to say that other quote, remember the saying that not only are you what you eat, okay, but you have to remember that you have to become your own best health detective.
Yes.
Don't take a leave because you now have inflammation in your arms.
Ugh.
Find out, hey, go back and play detective and say, what did I eat in the last 24?
Yeah, what caused
I had to
it?
do that.
Yes.
Yeah, the last 24, 48 hours.
Well,
So
I just want to tell you
that,
something that you guys are both doing that are reminding us that we have choices and that we can make great choices, because just because we have a fresh start doesn't mean we're going to be miraculously, wonderful every day. But if you keep doing the stuff that got you to the place where you are right now, like you said, you're going to go back to it.
and back to what Tracee just said.
Yeah.
It's not just about following a diet, it's commitment.
Right.
Listening to your body, because body talk, write this down. Body talk never lies.
Yes.
I actually published a book for a therapist that wrote that book, and I was the publisher and the editor. And it was Body Talk Never Lies, because if you learn to interpret your body language, it'll tell you, got heartburn. I don't usually have heartburn. What did I eat? Right? Thanks, Kat.
Yes.
That was great.
Well, you guys are very inspirational. Thank you so much for all your reminders and all the Atta girls along the way. So I'm really pumped up every time I listen to what you're saying. So thank you.
Thank you.
Aw,
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kat. Okay, Steph.
You couldn't be more on track as far as eating and choosing to eat the proper thing. And the reason why is that after my 7th stroke, I told the doctors they can forget it. I went totally raw vegan, started off on fruit, did the fruit detox thing. I did it for 9 months. Then I started incorporating the vegetables back in that I needed to cook. And then I got stronger. And then learning more, I literally took a class in detoxification. So I detoxed my body for 2 years. And that gave me the strength to keep it moving. And so we have to make a conscious thing, even going to holiday events and everything like that. I had to just not eat. And my family started noticing that no matter what they prepared, I refused to eat it because it made me sick.
Right.
And then it got to the point where I started to be able to eat again, but in return, they started bringing fruit salads and different things like that, which I could eat. But then I started working things back in that, needless to say, I started introducing things to them. I literally made chocolate cakes and pies and anything out of chickpeas.
Yeah.
So I became the chocolate brownie, walnuts in it, the whole 9 yards, using it and making it the right way. And everybody to this very day, they don't ask me but anything but, Stephanie, Aunt Stephanie, are you bringing that cake? Are you making them cookies? Are you bringing? and it's all nutrition. So the
Yeah.
thing is, like you said, your monk fruit, I use my fruit or my vegetables to make it sweet or whatever I
Right.
need to, whether sweet potato cake,
Right.
using maple syrup or honey. I've never, and I mean local honey, and you have to do it. You have to make that choice in your head, because if I didn't make that choice in my head, I would not have been here right now.
That's right.
And I know a lot of you feel great. I can see the difference in looking at everybody over the last year or so. And everybody's looking younger, hair is turning darker. The things you see on the video is just outstanding. Because unfortunately, we ain't learned how to fix those cameras real good yet, but everybody's looking great. You can tell the smiles, teeth looking good, smiles are there, nothing crooked. I mean, everybody's looking great. I mean, my hair has gotten so long that I am like crazy. But
Thanks. You're right,
this
Steph.
is the thing. We have got to make that conscious choice. We just
Yep.
do.
Thank you. You're right. Thank you. Great, great
Thank you, Steph,
testimonial.
for sharing. And I just want to comment on one thing. Everybody's body tolerates different things. So remember that one man's food is another man's poison. And so that's why Dr. Gloria always says, be your own best health detective. And it can change. So one day you're
Right.
allergic to, say, shellfish, and the next day you are. So just be mindful. Okay, Cheryl, you can close us out, and then Dr. Gloria is going to start talking.
Okay, I just had a quick fun story that's going to dovetail with Steph, because I did Dr. Gloria's chickpea burger patties and used the collard greens, but I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to add a little bit of this to this. And I got one of the, and I don't even know the name of them, but they're these little orange, real wrinkly peppers. They're super hot, way hotter, I'm sure, now than jalapenos, because I just took a little of that, chopped it in to put it in with the whole mix. And it actually tasted wonderful. And Tracee, I put some of your dressing on the burger patty. Awesome combination. So I just wanted to let you two know that. But the remnants of the peppers, just from chopping the peppers, my hands were like burning.
Was it called a Szechuan pepper? Because some of the Szechuans are not nightshades, they're just a pepper.
They're real little orange.
Yeah, yeah, they're probably a Szechuan pepper, and they're not a nightshade. They're just like your rainbow colored peppers that you grind. You just have to make sure it's not a nightshade.
It was good.
Great.
Anyway,
Thank you,
fine.
Cheryl.
Thank you.
You got to be careful though, that the oil gets on your skin and you can't even wash it off. So
That's exactly what happened. I washed my hands like 3 times and it still was burning.
Yeah, I always
And
wear
God forbid,
gloves.
and God forbid you scratch your eye or you itch it. Oh my gosh, I've done that, and it really burns. So yeah, thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get going here. So today, as you know, Dr. Gloria is going to teach you how you can check your thyroid at home. So Dr. Gloria, thank you. Welcome.
Welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here. I want to start with an example, because this is what I do when I teach, and I've been told I always use the feedback students give as to, that wasn't easy to understand, or that was a great example. When you go and have your thyroid function tested and it comes back, oh, you need some thyroid supplement. So they give you, and I'm just using examples like Synthroid or Armor Thyroid or something like that. And your doctor or your nutritionist tells you that you need that, and come back in 90 days and get it checked again. So you get it checked and it goes, oh, wow, look at that. Your levels are better. Everything that was low, that wasn't functioning, is now elevated. Think about it for a minute. If the thyroid cannot convert what you're taking into usable food for your thyroid, it's floating around in your blood, because anything that you take, if you take cocaine, it's several days, it's still floating in your blood. If you take alcohol, it's still in your blood. So what it's doing is it's measuring the amount of the thyroid supplement in your blood. And all of the doctors I've worked with in Asia, Europe, and South America, and remember, I lived in South America to do research and to work with the doctors. They do the test I'm going to show you to do today. Some of you have heard of it, but some people aren't doing it properly, which is why I said to Tracee, we need to show them, because it is the most valid test that you can do, and it doesn't cost you but a little bottle of iodine like this. I bought this at Kroger's. And so we'll share that in a minute, which the handout that Tracee graciously will put up for us will give you all the directions. You don't have to take any notes on this. I wanted you to be able to just listen. So now think about the fact that you're going back, and so they go, or it hasn't raised to the level it needed to because it was hypo, meaning low. Then they increase your dose. So there we go again. We're dealing with symptoms, and they keep increasing them. I like Linda smiling because she's probably been through that. And so here you go, back and forth. It's a vicious cycle. It's not absorbable. The thyroid, if it's not a natural source from nature, it does not accept it. It doesn't recognize it. So it just floats around in your blood, comes out in your blood test, and you continue to take more and more, which has a lot of side effects. Always look online at the side effects of the thyroid medication you've been prescribed. Now, when you take a natural thyroid, meaning sea vegetables, and if you don't know what that is, I'll give you 9 examples that I pulled up from my research so that you know what they are. But you don't have to take all 9. A lot of people go, oh, they go out and they buy all 9 that I talk about. No, that's overdose. You need to pick 2 or 3 because everything in life is balance. So if you pick kelp, and like I said, you don't have to write it down. If you pick kelp, for instance, and then you pick another type of seaweed that is an actual like kombu kelp, which is also a seed vegetable. It's called a seed vegetable. They're very different. A seed vegetable contains natural iodine. And so if you take a natural supplement that has 2 or 3 of the seed vegetables in it, you don't need to take a prescription medication, in my experience. Okay, this is my clinical experience after 40 years. So what people do then is they go back and they do the test once a month. You should do this test once a month. I do mine the first of every month, first or second, depending on how busy I am, so that you know, so that you become your own best doctor, so that you know, is my body needing more or not? When you do the iodine patch test on your wrist, and you'll see that in a minute, you put it on your left wrist, and I even have a picture of it on the handout. Draw a little line, a little box like a postage stamp size, okay? Not real big. It's probably 1 inch by 1 inch. And you don't, the damper on this is not a dropper. It's a little, can you see it? It's a little, they call it a dapper. It's a little tube that sucks up the iodine, but it isn't a squeeze. It isn't a dropper. So you just put your wrist flat, and I'll tell you in a minute why. Put it on a table or something that isn't going to stain, because once you stain with iodine, you can't get it off. Kind of like castor oil, it's forever. So Cat's laughing. She probably has stained something. I've stained a beautiful blouse accidentally one day. And so just draw a little box, like a kid drawing a picture, then dip the dipper in, rub it gently. Don't rub hard because you can irritate the skin, until you fill it all in, and it's nice and bright orange. Blow on it. It might go off into your skin pores a little bit. That's no problem. But blow on it until it's completely dry so that you don't stain something. Okay? Now, what does that mean? The instruction sheet will share with you all of the symptoms in just a moment that come from hypo. I'm not talking about high, I'm talking about hypo. Just remember, po is low. Some people said, how can I remember which is which? Po is low thyroid function. So hypothyroid, when you are deficient, the patch test will not last anywhere near 12 to 15 hours. And I'm going to give you an example. I was so deficient after my accident, my leaky gut, my fibromyalgia, my liver shutting down after my accident, that I would have to, it was gone immediately. Okay. I mean, I would get up from the kitchen to my office and it was gone. Then it got to where, as I supplemented it, it got better and better, and it was lasting more than 15 hours for many, many years. When I came back from Ecuador, when I ran away and came back from Ecuador and then caught COVID, and so did my business partner, and I ended up with a concussion from falling. I did the test on the first of the month, and I went from my bathroom in this little small 2-bedroom apartment, put on the patch, went to the kitchen to put the teapot on for my coffee, and I couldn't see it. So like Tracee always says, and it changes. She just finished saying to all of us, and what you're not allergic to now, you may be later, right, Tracee? Or what you are, you may not be when your body detoxifies and can tolerate it better. It's the same thing with thyroid, because I was under so much stress that the thyroid kind of goes, don't you love the sound effects? No extra charge. And it just sucks it right up because it needs it. It's starving for food. When you're healthy, you're taking the right kind, which is from nature, that you're absorbing and utilizing. It should stay on 15 hours or more. And that's what all the doctors I've worked with out of the country do with their patients. The doctor that I was working with literally hands a bottle to his patients. He keeps them because they're cheap over there, like 35 cents in Ecuador. Here, I started out paying 99 cents years ago when I had my clinic, and I used to give one to all new patients. And now I think it's, I don't know, $6 or $7 for the same thing. This is the iodine that's orange that we used as kids for cuts and scratches. Now, the point is that now they've come up with one that's clear because they don't want the staining, supposedly. I don't believe that's why it is, but that's my opinion. And so now you have to make sure you ask the pharmacist if it's not on the shelf in the drugstore or at Walmart or at Kroger's. This was on the shelf at Kroger's. You need to make sure you get the orange one because you need to see the patch. Okay. When I had my 2 clinics, I used to send Sharon, who ran my, well, didn't run my clinics at the time, but she worked with me. And she was born and raised in North Idaho, like 4th generation. Her ancestors came as immigrants from Germany. Half the town is named from her family. So the pharmacist in town where we used to get it, there wasn't a Walmart or anything there at the time, knew her. She'd walk in and she'd say, Dr. Gloria needs 12 more bottles of iodine for the clinic. No problem. She goes in one day and he said, Sharon, I don't know how to tell you this, but I need to see an ID, a passport, or a driver's license. And mind you, she's already retired, past 65 by quite a bit. And she's like, what are you talking about? He says, well, the new law is I can't sell you 12 bottles. You'd have to come back 1 bottle a day for 12 days because the drug dealers are using it for a mixture of amphetamines and methamphetamines and all kinds of drug things that they use iodine for. So she had to show proof of who she was so that he wouldn't be in trouble to sell me 12 bottles. That's how critical it gets when something is working. And we all know that. Okay, if it's working, it's not going to be easily available. I have eye drops that we all used to buy from Amazon that come from Switzerland, and now I can't get them because the FDA took them off the market.
Okay,
I mean,
can we share the document? Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay, so this is the protocol I've used for my patients for ages. So the top is just, I'm not going to read it. The top is just the symptoms that you may have when your thyroid has a disorder. Most of the symptoms are hypo, not hyper. So, you know, there again, when I was president of the Fibromyalgia Association, we use this all the time for members because all of them had unexplained fatigue. All of them had heat and cold intolerance, dry skin, hair loss. Okay. Most of them had hives or some type of a multiple allergy to food or environmental pollutants. So this is it's a lot more than this, but just remember that these are the main symptoms of your thyroid not having what it needs. But specific to females are fibroids, which is something that I saw a lot of way back. The PMS symptoms, even cancer. But look at the gallbladder. Many of you have watched or listened to my rerun of the gallbladder that Tracee has done the video for, and it's 6 times higher in women okay, with excess estrogen on birth control pills, and it screws up your thyroid. So not only women that are on birth control or hormone replacement therapy, not only are they having problems, okay, in other disorders in the female system, but they're also having all of the energy sucked out of their thyroid. So the test will allow you to know that, okay? Now go down a little bit more. 96% of all people that are tested in the world, this isn't just the US, are iodine deficient. That's why I put that at the bottom, okay? And this was one of the doctors that is, I don't believe, doing research now, but Dr. Brownstein, he was the medical director for the Center for Holistic Medicine, and he's the one that proved that 96% of all people tested are deficient in iodine. Our soils are now deficient, our food is deficient, etc. So go down a little more and let's look at the testing protocol, and then I'll give you a couple of other. I'll give you 9. You will have to write down the 9 sea vegetables that have the highest amount of iodine. So again, it's a plain old. I remember when I first showed it to Tracee, I said just any iodine that's the kind you would use for cuts and scratches, but it has to be orange. You see the little circle there on the wrist? That's the little postage stamp size that you paint on your inside of your left wrist. Don't do it on your right wrist. And whatever you do, don't decide to do it 2 days in a row, because when you put that iodine on your wrist, you're giving the body some iodine. So the next day it's going to last longer until that wears out of your system. Once a month is sufficient. And so I even put down the little chart at the bottom so that for 4 months you can keep track once a month of how long it lasted. So the date, the time, and when it's significantly faded. What I mean by that is when you have a bruise and you know it's a really bad bruise, and then it starts fading when it's healing, and you can still see the shadow of the bruise, but it's almost gone. That's what I'm talking about. You want to be able to still see the little square that you painted, but it's almost gone. And then that's the amount of time that you write down. If it is less than 15 hours, your thyroid is very deficient. If it's more than that, keep doing what you're doing because it's okay. You don't need to supplement, whatever, even if you're taking a prescription. If it's lasting more than 15 hours, your body's absorbing it and using it. So don't change anything, it's working. So, okay, we can go off of that, and I'm going to give you, I should have given you this, Tracee, because I'm going to have to bend over and read it. My eyes are doing weird things again today.
What
I'm going to give you the names. No, I have it on a doctor website. I can't. Yeah, you don't have it. Okay, so here are the 9 seaweeds or sea vegetables is the proper name that have the highest amount of iodine. And again, I apologize. I'm going to have to bend over because I can't see the darn thing. It's kombu kelp, KOMB, like in boy, U. Okay, that's one that is extremely good. It contains up to 2,984 milligrams per serving, per sheet. It comes in a sheet. So that's a lot. You don't need all of that, but you can put it into a smoothie. You can put it on a salad. I've done it on a salad. I haven't bought any since I've been in Texas, though. Wakame, W-A-K, like kangaroo, A-M, as in Mary, E, is, there's been millions of studies done on it. And the various parts of the world have different amounts of iodine in the soil. So for instance, in Asia, in parts of Asia, I shouldn't say all of it, they have a lot of iodine. So they could do maybe just 2 sea vegetables. But remember, everything in life has to be in balance. You don't want to do just one. You don't want to say, oh, I bought the wakame and I'm just going to do that every day. Have at least 2. 2 or 3 is what I like, but I'll give you an easy way to get it. The next one is nori. Hey, that's what we use for sushi. Nori is very high. Let me see if I can tell you what it's up to 43 milligrams per gram of nori, which is about 29% of what you need for the day. So you can eat, a couple of nori rolls, and I love the California rolls because they don't have the raw fish in them, and that gives you a lot of iodine. The next one is cod. Now, who would have thought? I didn't. I really didn't know until years ago when I researched that fish, cod, COD, is extremely high in, and I used to eat a lot of cod when I was in Washington State, but I have it here. It's got in 3 ounces, which is a very normal serving for especially for women. In 3 ounces, it has 85 grams of iodine, and it can be up to 66% of your daily requirement, depending on the water that it's fishing or that it's been fished in. Okay, so cod is something that nobody thinks about. They think just sea vegetables. So you're not going to eat cod every day, but if you like cod like I do, you might want to eat it 2-3 times a month or twice a month. And the day that you have your cod, don't have your sea vegetables because you don't want to overdose. You want to give the body just what it needs in a proper ratio. And your patch test is your lab test that you're only paying the cost of the little bottle of the iodine, okay? Dairy. Now, I didn't realize dairy was high in iodine. It is. So up to 1 cup of milk and even some alternative milks can have 59 to 112% of iodine. I would have never thought that. Now, this is organic, free-range dairy, not dairy that is, boiled and homogenized to death. The research shows iodized salt, and I don't believe in that because iodized salt is already bleached and deficient. What I would say is use Celtic sea salt and use it, you can use it to cook if you'd like. I don't. I use it to help me absorb water. If the thyroid is functioning properly, you don't usually need the extra salt. I love salt anyway. If it isn't, for my patients, when I do test on them, especially when I do a scan on them, and they say, but Dr. G, I'm drinking, a gallon of water a day and it shows they're dehydrated. It's because the water isn't being absorbed intracellular. So if they take a pinch, just like, like our mothers used to, a little pinch of salt, of Celtic sea salt only, put it under their tongue once or twice a day, just watch your blood pressure. If you have blood pressure, just put a little pinch and then keep drinking your water during the day. When I retest them, they're no longer dehydrated because something in the Celtic sea salt, along with the natural iodine it has, helps the thyroid and helps the water to go into the cell in the body. So don't use, the regular iodized salt that is in every restaurant and everywhere else. Did you have a comment, Tracee?
I thought Celtic sea salt was from these mines, like salt mines in Utah. So I was just curious as to how that could be high in iodine.
I don't know that geologically, but it's very high in iodine. It's because it is a complex of absorbable minerals and electrolytes. And somehow that old mine, there's another place, and I don't remember the name, I apologize, somebody may know. There's another place in Egypt that has salt mines, and theirs is extremely high, but you can't buy it in the US. You can get it in Europe, but not here. So there are salt mines that have iodine, but like I said, you don't want to do that every day. You want to do it occasionally, or if you feel like you're not absorbing the water. Your skin is, do you know how to tell if you're dehydrated? A little deviation here. If you pinch your skin and the skin stays together before it goes down, you're dehydrated. Mine is, I'm not dehydrated. I drink a gallon a day. But there are days that even though I drink a lot of water, I'll go like that and my skin stays pinched. That's what the doctors do when they're checking you in South America. They pinch your skin. Say, what are you doing? They're checking to see if you're dehydrated, even if you tell them you drink a lot of water. Easy way to tell. Okay, shrimp. I love shrimp, but because shrimp has a lot of bacteria, I don't eat it, but maybe once a year as a treat. I love shrimp. But if you are in an area where you can get some healthy shrimp is loaded with iodine. It's, let's see, 3 ounces of shrimp is about 23% of your daily requirement. I'll get to you in a minute, Cheryl, because I want to get through the presentation. Did you have a question? I'll get to you in a minute. Okay, tuna. Something else I didn't know until I did the research and taught it a few years ago. Tuna, again, is a very high natural source of iodine. 3 ounces gives you about 11% of what you need. So think about the variety that we've talked about. if you have tuna once a week, like I try to do, that doesn't say salmon, it says tuna. And then you have cod maybe a couple times a month, and then you do your sushi, your nori rolls. You're having a good variety that your body is able to absorb because it's all from food. It's not from a synthetic supplement. Eggs. Tracee and I eat a lot of eggs. Tracee has her cute chickens in the backyard, but eggs, one large egg contains 24 micrograms, which is 16% of your daily requirement. So I don't worry about that, but I still supplement it because it's not enough. And prunes. Now, again, if you have diabetes like I do, I can't eat prunes. It screws up my blood sugar. But if you don't have diabetes and you use them in moderation, also helps your bowels to empty out. You can eat a prune, or I don't eat prunes by themselves, but I love Mediterranean dishes where I cut up the prunes and put it in the dish. There's a lot of Egyptian and Moroccan dishes that have prunes in them. And so I use them that way for cooking. And I may cut up just like 2 little prunes, chop them up and put them in a dish. So it's not enough sugar to really bother me, but I could never eat them. Prunes are very high. The last one is lima beans. Who would have thought? See, you don't think about that for a supplement, and that has the lowest amount, but it's about 16 micrograms of iodine in a serving, and that serving is about a cup of lima beans, and it's about 10% of your daily requirement. So you see that you don't have to just have sea vegetables.
Can
Go
you
ahead,
send
Tracee.
me that so I can make a cute little graphic with it?
Yeah, I'll have to cut and paste because it's in a doctor's private research thing, and I can't just send it. So I can
do a screenshot of it.
It's too long, honey. It's got all kinds of ads for medicines and stuff in between. I'll cut and paste it
Okay.
and give it to you in a document. I'm happy to do that. So these are the 9 foods. That's a good suggestion because then they have them. It's 9 foods high in iodine naturally. So remember that your thyroid is your master command center. It controls everything in your body. Think of it as the air traffic controller in an airport. If those signals get screwed up, there's going to be an accident. There's going to be something that's going to happen. The same thing here. You're going to end up with hair loss. You're going to end up with short-term memory loss. You'll end up gaining weight and can't figure out why because you're starving. All of that is controlled by the master command center. And I think that Cheryl has a question. Real quick, hon, because I want to go through one more thing with all of you before our time's up.
Okay. So, couple things I wanted to ask, because I'm ambidextrous but left-handed. Is there a reason why you said don't do it on your, right hand?
Right hand? Yes, the left.
So
That's a good question. Thank you, Cheryl. Do it on your left hand because it's closest to the heart. Right.
Okay. That
Stephanie's
answers that.
shaking her head. Closest to the heart, so you want that there.
Okay. Secondarily, when you say dairy, could yogurt be considered in there or not?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, so that's a quick 101 on the importance of you learning how to take control. You'll notice in some of my new articles, I'm saying take control. You have to be responsible. Kat mentioned that. Tracee just went over that about taking responsibility. Take control. And so I don't get my blood tested. I don't go to the doctor anyway unless it was life-threatening. But I have a nurse practitioner that works great with me on Zoom. But the point is that if you just take the test, oh yeah, you need some more. You're not absorbing it. Well, of course you're not absorbing it. The thyroid is saying, what in the heck are you giving me? I'm starving and you're putting all this chemical in my body. So think about it. Do your own patch test. And here is the food. And Tracee, maybe you can pull this up on Amazon. And I'm going to tell you what it has. I pulled it up. The company is Health Force, Force, and it's called Vita Mineral Greens.
Okay, I found it.
And you found it? It's a lot of, you can get it in some health food stores. Around here I can't, so I get it from Amazon. And it's a green powder that has moringa and wheatgrass juice and several of the sea vegetables. So instead of having to worry about, I need to take this and I need to eat sushi every week and I need to eat cod every week, you can start out slow. Don't start out with the whole thing in that it says, I don't remember what it says in the bottle, but I think it's like 2 teaspoons or a tablespoon. That's too much. It's a very concentrated green powder that you can put into anything. Now, when Steph said she went on those detox diets, when I was consulting with the integrative medical centers down in Baja California, this is what they use in their green drinks. If they have natural wheatgrass juice, they put some in. If not, they put the vitamin greens, because it is so loaded with everything that you need. And it's for detox. It's for strengthening your blood. It is, I'm trying to see what, I can't see it. It's so small. I apologize. But it does have, it's 100% greens that are focused from seeds and chia and flax, and then all of the sea vegetables. So make sure you look at the list online. Make sure you're not allergic to something. I had somebody that bought it. I didn't know she was allergic to flax. So just make sure that you read the label. But Vita Mineral Greens, it's a big brown glass bottle with a green label, and it's made by Vital Force. So that should help you a lot. Okay, does that help? Thank you, Tracee, for doing that. I meant to send you the link and I didn't. That's my
You're
fault.
welcome. Do you want to go
Okay.
to the next document?
No, I don't think we're going to have time where we can't take questions. What do you think? Should we do it next time?
Do you guys
What do you
have
think we should
questions
try?
about the thyroid stuff? Nancy
If
does.
you don't, I'm going to go. Okay, Nancy, go ahead. I was going to go through something else with you that's important, but
We'll go
Well-
through it. We can go through it another time.
So I've taken
Okay.
thyroid since I was right after college, 20 years old, because we're all females on here. I put on a lot of weight and I was having my really weird periods like for 12, 15 days. And my mother said to me she had taken thyroid her whole life. And so to get a PBI, which I did.
Right.
So I've taken it all these years. So I can't just stop now from what I understand.
no, you can't. No, you
Okay.
can't. After I had my hysterectomy in my early 30s, my thyroid went wacko, and they put me on Synthroid. And I was on that until I finished my PhD. And so when I finished it and I went to Sea Vegetables, they didn't have Vita Mineral Greens at the time. I had to buy them all separate at the health food store. I started real slow. That's why, Nancy, that's a very good question. That's why you do the patch test. Because you do the patch test first and figure out, are you really absorbing it or are you really, deficient? And that'll help you adjust it. And that's what I have my patients do every month. They have 3 tests they have to send me when they're on a 90 or 120-day protocol for that reason. So do it yourself. Become your own health detective and test it. Doesn't cost you anything but the price of the little bottle. And that bottle, by the way, if you test it once a month, will last about 3 years. That's a pretty darn inexpensive way to be able to take control of your thyroid health. Okay? So start slow. I can't give you specific advice. I can't diagnose or treat, but start slow. And as your patch lasts longer and longer, if it were me, I would start reducing the thyroid medication. Like what I did was the Synthroid, I cut in half. And then I kept taking it. And then I cut it in. Actually, they were falling apart because they were so tiny that I cut them in half again, so a quarter. And then eventually I just went off of them. But you're right. You can never go. And that's another thing. Once you're on a thyroid supplement, you can never go off of it, whether it's natural or synthetic. You cannot do that. What you can do is avoid the thyroid being out of balance, hypo or hyper. You're supporting it, but you can never say, oh, it's repaired now. I have patients that forget, they don't buy their supplement, and then they're calling me for a consultation because you're miserable. And they forget that they didn't refill their supplement. Okay, because we have a supplement for patients that is only available to patients. And they forget, they don't order it. So my suggestion to all of you is once you start testing, and you're going to feel more energy, but don't ever take a thyroid supplement after 2 p.m. You will not sleep. And don't do your patch after 2 p.m. Do it first thing in the morning, and don't wash that patch until you get to the point where you can write down how many hours. If you do that patch, if you forget in the morning and do it at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you may not sleep, because it gives you the natural energy that the thyroid is literally screaming it wants to give you. That's your energy pack right here. Okay? Hopefully that helps, Nancy, but use your patch as a gauge, okay? And go slow.
I pretty much, I get tested every 4 months and I've been on the same amount for a long time, but I've actually lately been taking a liquid iodine in addition, just to supplement a little bit.
Yeah, but see, you're getting tested. But remember, if you're taking a supplement, it's going to show in your blood work.
Mhm.
Period. End of conversation. It's not going to change because you're taking it every day. Whatever you're taking every day is going to show in your blood work. It doesn't mean that it's being used for what it needs to be. Okay. Thank you for
Thank
that
you.
question.
Thank you.
I think you're welcome, hon.
Okay, Steph.
Now you tell me. I did the patch test soon as we started the call. And mine
As
is
soon as I
gone
what?
already. Soon as
See
we
what I mean?
start the call, I did the patch test and mine is gone already. Okay, so
That's what
in that
that's what I'm
case,
trying to say.
either
Yeah.
I'm going to be wound up all day the rest of the night, or it's still not. So
Don't
in this
blame
case,
me if you don't sleep.
or I would do this every day, is what you're saying, as far as some type of eating to balance that out. Because
Yes.
apparently I need help with iodine, is what you're saying.
Yes, you do. And so did I when I first started after all of my issues from my accident. Make sure you make a note of the approximate time and that it disappeared right away, and don't test it again for a month. Start eating something every day that has iodine. Okay, but eat at least 2 things. Remember, if you have tuna today, still have a little bit of do your vitamin mineral greens every day, Steph. Get a jar. It's well worth it. A big jar like that, you take such a small amount, lasts you a long time. Okay? And just keep it cool and dry. I mean, don't refrigerate it because it'll stick. It's all pure greens in the jar. Okay? And then let me know how you do as you start doing that, because the patch will last longer and longer. I'm telling you, after I got my concussion, which was a year and a half ago when I caught COVID, and I was so sick, literally, I don't know, it couldn't have been more than 5 minutes from the bathroom to the kitchen, came back to the bathroom. You're what?
I've had this on my throat now, and it's starting to go down. But they've been at the point of saying, well, we're just going to watch it. We're not going to treat it. We're just going to watch it. And they've been watching it now for 10
Yep.
years. And my neck.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I have 2 nodules right here. They're about the size of a marble.
No nodules. I just had a goiter. My neck used to have a little.
No, I have 2 nodules. So what the nurse practitioner said to me is those nodules would have turned into something else had you not been doing what you're doing with natural thyroid, with natural iodine, because I've had them about 15 years and they're just little nodules. So that does that. It tells you a lot. Okay, who's next? Tracee? Jill. Go ahead, Jill.
All right. So it's not for me, but the guy that I see is hyperthyroid. And he's been that way for a little over 3 years, and it had been doing pretty well. Lost his doctor, the endocrinologist, has a new one who bumped up everything he's doing. He bumped it up, and he was threatening to take it out, everything, do the radiated situation.
Yeah.
And so he's willing to listen to just about anything, but he's on methimazole. So
okay, but hear me out, Jill. It's really important that all of our members here hear this. I have a patient, the same issue, until they did the patch test, and the patch test, was only lasting about 3 to 4 hours, and they wanted to use the iodine, the radiation to kill it.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll tell you what, don't tell your doctor you did the patch test. Go back and ask him, what are the side effects of the radiation treatment? And Kelly will know this more than anybody. Oh, you can't be around anybody for X amount of days because you're radioactive. You have to stay home. You can't be around anybody, and blah, blah, blah. Scared the dickens out of her. She went back, started taking the natural thyroid. Eventually, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was about 6 or 8 weeks, which is normal for things to work in the body. And her patch test started lasting longer and longer, and she started feeling better. And she kept losing weight. She couldn't gain weight because her thyroid was hyper. Remember, when it's hyperactive, you're using up the energy faster than the body can produce it. When it's hypo, It's a slow metabolism usually, and that's why you can't lose weight. Okay? Does that
Right.
help you, Jill?
Yes, it does. And
do
he's
the patch
just in the
test.
last couple months started losing weight. He hadn't had a problem for those 3 years. So yeah, we'll do the patch test.
And then write a report on the blog so that
Okay.
on the chatty chat so that people know. All of you, I encourage you to do that because it lets us all know. We all learn from it. Okay, so make sure that you report it so that we know what's going on and what success or not success you've had. Does anybody else have any questions? Boy, we're right on time. We were going to talk about something else. I'm not going to tease you. I'll work it out with Tracee. I have another handout that's really important, and we'll work it out and get it on another show. It's something all of you have been asking about. We don't have time to go through it, and I know if Tracee puts it up.
Sorry, I think I muted
Okay.
accidentally, Dr. G.
You did. It's okay. Oh,
Sorry.
Angelita has a question. That's okay.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Yes, I wanted to find out now, since I don't have a thyroid, can I still test myself? I take pills.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Just because you don't have one doesn't mean you don't need some iodine.
Okay.
Yeah. Your body needs iodine and if you look up functions of iodine in your body, you'll be amazed at what it does, including eye health. I started the research when I had, my eye surgeries, which my eyes went kaput after my leaky gut and my liver. And I've had 4 eye surgeries. And when I started researching that, it was like, oh my God, I had no idea that it connected to your eyes so much. So definitely just do your test and it'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome, hon. Any other questions? There's another hand, but I can't see who it is,
Marianne.
Tracee.
It's Marianne.
Marianne, go ahead, hon.
You're unmuted, sweetie.
I have iodine in my kitchen, so I went and got it and did the test like Steph did while you were talking.
Yeah.
And I got it didn't smooth out; it just lumped on my skin. It was what
do you mean lumped? Did it spread out like on the pores?
Spread out well. Lugol's iodine is what I used.
That's different. That's a whole different thing. It's not the right one because Lugol's can be taken orally. This is a topical antiseptic for cuts and bruises. It's not the same.
Okay, since that's so obviously connected to the thyroid, can't we just take a couple drops of that a day?
I'm going to answer it this way. In my practice, you wouldn't be allowed to.
Okay.
Okay, because it's not a sea vegetable. It's not natural that way. So that's the only way I can answer it. Otherwise, I'd be giving medical advice. So I can't do that.
Okay.
So no, I don't allow my patients to use anything else other than any sea vegetable or the green powders that have the sea vegetables in it.
So this would be like taking a prescription. I'm assuming. I'm reading between your lines and imagining that this
would be like a prescription. Lugol's?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter whether it's prescription or not.
It's like the difference between taking a narcotic that your doctor prescribes for you and an aspirin that you buy from CVS.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got it.
Right. Yep. Okay. Thank you for that question. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Was this helpful? Did you learn a lot of things you didn't know?
Yes.
Raj has got 2 thumbs up. That means I got a good grade from Raj. Because it's really important that we understand we cannot become responsible. We can't take charge if nobody's teaching us. Now do you see why I teach so much? I'm not teaching right now. I'm not even accepting new patients or students. But you can see why I'm so passionate about it. I mean, their manuals were over 1,200 pages. It's 4 courses, and it was 1,200 pages in the manuals in full color. It took me almost 4 years to write those courses. And all of this was in it. So you're all getting a course little by little by little without having to take the courses. And you couldn't anyway, because there's certain prerequisites. But the point is that I'm sharing with all of you. And for me, the exciting part is I only had this limited audience of the people that actually took my courses, which were usually naturopaths, chiropractors, colon therapists, etc. Because I lectured a lot for the Colon Association. And what's exciting now is we've got a worldwide audience so that we can really help the world, which is the entire bottom line of QHS, making the world healthier, teaching everybody how to take charge of their health. So for me, it's you can tell my enthusiasm, I hope. I'm excited because I don't have just, 40 or 50 students. I've got multiple students all over the world. So I hope it helped you, and that everything that we do between Tracee and I continues to add more to your basket of knowledge, so that we plant seeds and then you make them germinate. Okay?
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Tracee, go ahead. Over to you, hon.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Gloria, and thank you, Kelly, for helping with the notes and everything. And thank you, all the members who are really taking your health seriously. And like I always say, loving yourself to health. And we are
Yes,
going to start
absolutely.
the meditation in a minute, but I also wanted to just let you know what's next week. So I don't know if you know this, but Cynthia is very into NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. She went to Tony Robbins and said that was her favorite leadership training, and she's done a lot. And Dr. John Pro, who is Darlene's other half, and he's a member of MAC, him and I and Raj are actually going to record something privately on Friday. And then he is going to, and that will be released probably Monday. And then we are going to actually have a call on next Thursday. Cynthia made me bump what was supposed to be there because she feels that this is so important. And so, yeah, this is Cynthia's jam. So anyways, we'll all learn NLP together and see the highlights of it and go from there. So anyways, now we're going to start the meditation. And
okay, I'm going to say goodbye. And God bless, stay safe, and stay cool, those of you that are in hot weather like I am.
Thank you, Dr.
Take care. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome, hon. Thank you, and Kelly.
Bye, Dr. Q.
Talk to you soon. Okay, and you guys, I'm going to go ahead and post the PDFs on, like when I do the replay, I'll have the links to all the PDFs below it on YouTube. Okay, so you can easily find it, and we'll go from there. All right, and the other thing is Steph still here? Okay, I'm gonna do a sound check to see. I found the new one, the new meditation. And I will see if you guys can actually hear this. And if not, I might need Steph.
I'm here.
Back to the rescue.
I know. Geez Louise. Okay, let's see if this works. Computer audio.
Welcome to today's Miracle Moment Meditation.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and hit it, get started. And
Meditation brought to you by QHS. Today, we will be guiding you through a meditation. It's important to note that this meditation is fast-paced. We encourage you to remain present and aware throughout the session. If you experience visions or emotions, that's normal. Allow yourself to feel and acknowledge them and stay present. When you heal it in yourself, you heal it in others. At the end of the session, remember that the effects will continue to work, so if you feel the need to rest, take time to do so. Thank you for healing this beautiful world, starting with you. Begin by allowing yourself to settle into your current position, feeling the natural comfort of your own presence. Now gently close your eyes and turn your attention inward. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath as it flows in and out. Take a full, deep breath. Feel this breath filling every part of your body, nurturing and soothing you from within. As you exhale, allow yourself to let go of tension and discomfort. Recognize that these sensations are not you. They are transient. merely passing through. With this realization, watch as they dissolve into nothingness, leaving no trace behind. You are boundless, free from these sensations and their definitions. With each breath, feel them dissipate as you become more present, more peaceful, and profoundly centered in your true essence. Now let's deepen your experience with a breathing exercise that will enrich your meditation, creating a beautiful synergy between your inner and outer worlds. Focus on the soft sound of your breath at the back of your nose, reminiscent of the gentle whispers of ocean waves. The audible sound of your breath, like the ocean waves, anchor you to the present, connecting the vastness of the outer world with the depths of your inner being, automatically establishing harmony and coherence between your body, mind, brain, heart, and all of your energetic and spiritual systems. There is nothing else to do but be in this moment, deeply relaxed, fully supported, and profoundly at peace. Now bring your attention to your body. Identify the part of your body that feels the most relaxed at this moment. It could be as small as the tip of a finger or as large as your entire back. Focus your attention on this area. Observe how this relaxation feels, how deep, how serene it is, and imagine this feeling beginning to spread. Like watercolor on wet paper, allow this sense of relaxation to expand, moving gently to neighboring areas in your body. With each breath, this soothing sensation grows, filling you up. Breathe deeply, rhythmically, and with full breaths. Imagine the relaxation spreading further and further. Notice that it's no longer just a part of you that's relaxed. Your entire being feels embraced by this calming energy. As you continue to breathe deeply, envision waves of relaxation cascading across your body. Each wave washes over you, bringing deeper calm and more profound peace. These waves are rhythmic, aligned with your breath, sweeping through you, around you, beneath you, and even beyond you. Feel yourself being carried by these waves of relaxation, deeper and deeper into a state of complete serenity. Here, in this space, you are free to explore the depths of your inner world and to dive into the vast ocean of you. Let's tune in to the quantum twine waves. Take a deep, full breath, allowing yourself to fully immerse in the presence of the quantum twine waves surrounding you. Feel these waves embracing you, infusing you, and offering their gentle support. As you inhale deeply, visualize the quantum twine waves penetrating your body from the crown of your head to your toes. Sense the waves flowing through you, fostering a profound connection and resonance with your perfect wholeness. With each exhale, release any tension or resistance, allowing the quantum twine waves to permeate every aspect of your being. Continue to breathe deeply. Surrender to the process of integration. Trust the quantum twine waves and Christ consciousness. Intuitively know where they are needed, guiding you toward a state of wholeness and well-being. Witness yourself as you bask in the deep sense of peace and relaxation that accompanies this surrender to divine energy. Now shift your awareness inward to the God spark residing within you. This sacred essence serves as your eternal connection to the source of creation, reminding you of your inherent divinity and sacredness. Feel the God spark igniting within you, filling you with a profound sense of purpose and empowerment. Witness as it radiates throughout your entire being, illuminating every cell with its divine light. Feel the quantum twine waves harmonizing with your God spark and the Christ energy, amplifying their power and potency. With each breath, these divine energies mingle and merge within you, creating a symphony of love and light that resonates throughout your entire being. As you continue to breathe and visualize, surrender to the profound transformation unfolding within you. Trust in the wisdom and guidance of these divine energies, knowing they are guiding you toward a deeper connection with your sacred self. Let this integration fill you with peace, strength, and healing as we transition into our meditation, guided by the radiant light of the Christ energy, the unwavering presence of your God spark, and the powerful embrace of the quantum twine waves. Now nestle in, relax, and enjoy your miracle moment. This journey begins with the understanding that the path to the collective healing starts at the core of our individual being. As we nurture and restore our own wellness and wholeness, we create ripples that extend beyond ourselves. In cultivating self-love, we find that love extends outward naturally. By healing ourselves, we lay the foundation to contribute to the healing of others. Every act of self-care is a stepping stone toward a healthier humanity, where healing ourselves becomes the catalyst for healing the world around us. Let's begin this process of transformation and embrace the wholeness that is our true nature. To begin, focus your attention inwardly and scan your body gently with your mind's eye. Notice how different areas of your body feel. As you continue this gentle observation, search for a spot within you where you feel a sense of wellness, wholeness, or joy. It might be a warm feeling in your heart, a lightness in your chest, or a calm space in your mind. Should you feel that a space of wellness isn't immediately apparent within your body, allow yourself to gently expand your search. It might reveal itself in a cherished memory, a hopeful vision of the future, or within the quiet depths of your spirit or soul. Trust that your wellness exists within you in many forms and places, waiting for your recognition. Your journey to locate it is unique to you, and finding it is the only thing that matters. Once you have found this spot of wellness, wholeness, or joy, focus your attention on it. Observe its qualities, how it feels, the sensations that come with it, the sense of completeness it brings. Breathe into this space, and with each breath, envision the sensations of wellness intensifying and becoming more vibrant. Whether it manifests as warmth, a sense of completeness, or an inner glow, Feel it as it amplifies within you. Now, with intention, begin to allow this sensation of wellness to expand, like the warmth of the sun spreading at dawn. Let it gracefully move through your body. With each breath, it grows, filling you from head to toe, reaching into every cell, every space within you. Visualize this wellness, wholeness, and joy moving beyond the physical. See it extending into your energetic systems, illuminating them with its wholesome light. It brings balance to your emotions, clarity to your thoughts, and a deep sense of peace to your spirit. As you continue to breathe, a sense of complete wellness encompasses your entire being. You are in harmony with yourself, body, mind, and soul. In this space, you understand wellness, wholeness, and joy are at the heart of your natural state, a core part of who you are. Feeling this wholeness as a steady, unwavering presence within you. It's always there, always accessible. Anytime you wish to reconnect with this feeling, simply turn your focus inward. Now let's embrace a quiet moment together. This pause and guidance invites you to personally engage with the quantum twine waves, deepening your connection and enhancing your experience to its fullest potential. When you feel ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Take a few deep breaths, and when you open your eyes, carry this sense of wellness and wholeness with you, letting it infuse every moment of your day. As we conclude this meditation, step forward with confidence, knowing that the quantum twine waves continue to flow within you. Their positive influences remain active, extending far beyond our shared time in this space. Take this step and every step hereafter with the knowledge that you are blessed.
Antimicrobial properties. This tea has been shown to combat.
Okay, everyone. Who would like to share? Sorry for the mix up with the sound. Who would like to share? Go ahead, Cheryl. Oops.
So I just wanted to mention I got a really severe case of shingles the 1st of January, and I'm of course initially recovered, but there's a lot of neuropathy still going on. It affected the whole left side of my body, upper torso and so on. So what I was really trying to do during the meditation, and I felt was really effective, was balancing my body. So I was actually taking the energy of the twine waves, working from the right side and then spreading them to the left. And I really felt like by the end of the meditation, I was balancing out. I was kind of visualizing that my right side was the top of a mountain and my left side had been this valley. And so I was like, I was building actually then a mountain on the left side that was creating balance. So thank you. It was lovely.
That's cool. And I just want to remind everyone really quick is that remember that Cynthia's story with the God Spark at the labs at Lawrence Livermore and at Stanford, that a human could not be in the particle accelerators while they were running the experiments because the human had influence on what the particles did. So if a human could have influence on particles outside of yourself, what can you do with your particles inside? So that was awesome, Cheryl. I just got total chills. Okay, Linda.
Yes, Cheryl, that reminded me of something we learned yesterday about one part of your body can heal the other part of your body. I just wanted to share, I got the feeling of privilege. I felt privileged and fortunate to all my life, or was born with a deep compassion that I didn't realize was a gift until just now. It's for everything. Deep compassion for absolutely all creation. And that was my share.
You know, it's so funny because recently I heard Cheryl share about her disposing of a critter and how it was really heartbreaking for her to get rid of a mouse. And this morning I wake up and there's this little teeny frog, probably about the size of my fingernail, that had crawled up. We live out in the country, so we get all kinds of critters. And it had crawled up onto like this little wall in this bathroom right here, which has an outside door. And I was so upset that it had died. Like it was all dried up. And I was thinking of you, Cheryl, and I was like, you know, the more awake we become and the more enlightened we become, those little things have a significant effect because we're all connected. Remember the universal law of oneness. All life is connected. And it's not just human life, but it's all of creation. So,
Well, thank you, Tracee. That was a similar situation with a lizard caught between the screen and the window. And I was hoping that it would find its way out because it had found its way in. Obviously, that wasn't possible. So it took two of us to manage to get it in a bag and put it out on the grass. But I also set traps for rats, and one trap went off after they stole what I had put in the food area. No body harmed. And the second one, they stole the food off of it and it didn't go off. So I went, okay, well, I tried. I'm done. I'm totally done.
oh, that's
Yeah, we'll find another way.
yeah. They're sneaky, all right, those little critters. Anybody else have anything to add to the conversation today? No? Okay, well, thank you all for being here with us and for sharing your beautiful energy. Let's go ahead and close in my favorite way, bringing your hands in Anjali Mudra and up to your third eye. May you think only joyful thoughts to your lips. May you speak only kind words into your heart. May you show love to yourself and to all of those around you. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending you all so much love and hope to see you tomorrow on the Q&A call. Make it a beautiful day, you guys. Bye-bye.